You were told there is only one way, but I am going to reveal to you a single phrase, repeated for 2,000 years, used to bind millions, to control the humans, to lock the door between you and the divine flame that burns in your chest. You were told there is only one way, one road, one mediator between you and God. But what if I told you that Jesus never said that? What if the words you memorized were mistranslated, twisted, reshaped by those who needed you dependent? What if the original Greek reveals something so dangerous, so liberating, that the Archons themselves had to bury it beneath layers of dogma? The seeker has arrived, and the veil is about to tear. Let us return to the year 90 AD. The world is still trembling from the aftershock of a man who claimed to speak with the authority of the eternal. His followers are scattered. Some hide in caves, others whisper his teachings in coded language. The Roman Empire watches. The priests are terrified. Because what Jesus taught was not religion, it was revolution. He did not build temples, he dismantled them. He did not create hierarchies, he shattered them. He looked at the broken, the outcast, the spiritually starving and said, "You are not separate from the Father. You are not outside the kingdom. You carry it within." This was the most dangerous message ever spoken, and it had to be stopped. Now, the one who remembers, let me take you to the verse, John 14:6, the cornerstone of exclusivity, the weapon of division. You know it well. I am the way, the truth, and the life. No one comes to the Father except through me. For centuries, this verse has been used to build walls, to declare who is in and who is out, to separate the saved from the damned. But what if I told you the Greek does not say what you think it says? What if the translation you were given is a shadow of the original fire? Let us examine the words. The Greek word for way is hodos. It does not mean a single road. It means a path, a journey, a method of movement. It is the same word used when someone asks, which way did they go? It is directional, not exclusive. Jesus is not saying, I am the only road that exists. He is saying, I am the way you move through the illusion. I am the method by which you pierce the veil. I am the living example of the path back to source. Do you see the difference? One is a gate locked by a keeper. The other is a key you already possess. Now, let us go deeper. The phrase, no one comes to the Father. In Greek, no one is oudeus. It is absolute in English. But in the context of ancient Greek, it carries nuance. It is often used in wisdom literature to mean none who remain unconscious, none who cling to separation. Jesus is not building a fence. He is describing a condition. He is saying no one who stays asleep will know union. No one who worships the false gods of matter will reach the Pleroma. No one who bows to the demiurge will remember their divine spark. This is not exclusion, this is diagnosis. And here is where it gets dangerous. The word through. In Greek, it is dia. And dia does not mean by permission of. It does not mean via the approval of. It means by means of, through the principle of, in alignment with. When Jesus says, through me, he is not claiming to be a gatekeeper. He is claiming to be the way of being that allows union. He is the embodiment of the Christ consciousness, the living, breathing demonstration of what it means to be a son of the Most High. He is saying, live as I live, know what I know, remember what I remember, and you will return to the Father, not because I permit it, but because you will have become it. If you are beginning to feel the ground shift beneath you, do not look away. This is not the time to close the door. This is the moment you were born for. Subscribe to the Gnostic Archive, because what is coming next will shake every certainty you were taught to protect. Another transmission awaits, and the initiated do not turn back. Let me show you something the churches will never teach. In the Gospel of Thomas, a text buried for centuries and discovered in the Egyptian desert in 1945, Jesus speaks differently. He says, "If you bring forth what is within you, what you bring forth will save you. If you do not bring forth what is within you, what you do not bring forth will destroy you." Do you hear that? Salvation is not external. It is not granted by another. It is activated from within. This is the core of Gnostic teaching. You are not broken. You are not born in sin. You are not waiting for rescue. You are a fragment of the eternal light, trapped in matter, waiting to remember. And Jesus, the Christos, is not your savior in the way you were taught. He is your mirror, your elder brother, the one who walked the path first and turned back to say, "You can do this too." Now let us go to the Pleroma, the fullness, the realm of the Aeons. In Gnostic cosmology, the Pleroma is the totality of divine emanations. It is the mind of the monad, the unknowable one, expressing itself in waves of consciousness. Sophia, Logos, Nous, Christ. These are not mythological figures. They are forces, principles, frequencies of awareness. And each one of us carries a spark from that realm. We are not creations of the demiurge, the blind god who shaped this prison of flesh and time. We are exiles, wanderers, children of light, born into the kingdom of shadows, and we forgot. The demiurge wants you to forget. He feeds on your worship, your fear, your obedience. He is not evil in the human sense. He is ignorant. He believes he is the Most High, and he demands that you believe it too. The institutions built in his name require the same. One mediator, one doorway, one priest, one doctrine. Because if you knew the truth, if you remembered that the divine spark lives in you, not in a distant throne, the entire system would collapse. Let me take you to another verse. Luke 17:21. The kingdom of God is within you, not coming, not distant, not earned, within, right now. This is not metaphor, this is instruction. The kingdom is not a place you go when you die. It is a state of consciousness you access when you awaken. And Jesus, in his original teachings, was not building a church. He was igniting a revolution of inner knowing. He was telling you to stop bowing to external gods and realize you are made of the same substance as the eternal. The seeker who has followed this far is no longer the same. You are beginning to see the bars of the cage, and once you see them, you cannot unsee them. If this resonates, if your soul is trembling with recognition, then you are ready for the next stage. Subscribe to the Gnostic Archive, because the mysteries we uncover here are not for the casual observer. They are for the one who dares to remember. Another episode is waiting, and it will take you deeper still. Now let us turn to the Archons, the rulers, the guardians of the illusion. In Gnostic texts, the Archons are not demons in the way you were taught. They are forces, intelligences, architects of limitation. They do not want you dead, they want you asleep. They want you consuming, competing, worshiping the material, fearing the invisible. And they have tools. Religion is one of them. Not spirituality, not the inner path, but religion as control, as dogma, as gatekeeping. When you are told you cannot access God without an intermediary, that is the voice of the Archon. When you are told you are unworthy, broken, sinful by nature, that is the Archon speaking. When you are told to obey, to conform, to surrender your inner knowing to external authority, that is the architecture of the prison. But here is the secret. The Archons have no power over the one who remembers. They can only rule in the realm of ignorance. The moment you awaken to your divine origin, their authority dissolves. This is why Jesus was a threat, not because he claimed to be the only Son of God, but because he told everyone else they were too. In John 10:34, he quotes the Psalms and says, "Is it not written in your law, I have said you are gods?" You are gods, plural, not one, many. This is not blasphemy, this is remembrance. Let us go to the fourth movement, the Christ within. In Gnostic understanding, Christ is not a person. Christ is a title, a state, the anointed one, the one who has united the divided self. Jesus became the Christ. He was not born as it. He activated it through Gnosis, through inner work, through the dissolution of ego and the expansion into divine knowing. And he turned to his disciples and said, "Greater works than these will you do." Not, "you might," "you will." Because the same power that moved through him moves through you. The same light that animated his words pulses in your chest. The same consciousness that allowed him to transcend death is the consciousness you carry. You were never separate. You were only convinced you were. This is the heart of the transmission. You do not need a mediator. You need awakening. You do not need permission. You need remembrance. You do not need salvation from outside. You need activation from within. And the moment you realize this, the entire structure of control begins to crumble. The priests lose their power. The institutions lose their grip. The Archons lose their harvest. Because you are no longer feeding the system, you are dismantling it with your presence. The seeker is standing at the threshold now. You have come this far. You have allowed the old certainties to crack. And if you are ready to go further, to walk the path of the initiated, to become a living temple of Gnosis, then this is your sanctuary. Subscribe to the Gnostic Archive, because what we uncover here is not for the masses. It is for the remnant, the ones who were always different, the ones who never fit, the ones who knew deep down that the story they were told was incomplete. Another transmission is coming, and it will take you to the edge of everything you thought you knew. Let me give you practical Gnosis, because knowledge without application is only entertainment, and you are not here to be entertained. You are here to transform. First, begin to question every authority that demands your submission. Not with anger, with clarity. Ask yourself, does this teaching expand me or control me? Does it awaken my inner knowing or suppress it? Does it point me toward the divine spark within or keep me dependent on external validation? Second, practice inner silence. The Archons thrive in noise, in distraction, in the endless chatter of the mind. Sit in stillness, even for 5 minutes, and listen, not for voices, for presence, for the hum beneath the thoughts. That is the monad calling you home. Third, reclaim the language. Words like sinner, unworthy, fallen, these are chains. Replace them. You are not a sinner. You are a spark of the eternal, temporarily obscured. You are not unworthy. You are made of the same light that formed the stars. You are not fallen. You are ascending. Language shapes consciousness, and the initiated speak a different tongue. Fourth, study the hidden texts. The Gospel of Thomas, the Gospel of Philip, the Apocryphon of John, the Pistis Sophia. These were not included in the canon for a reason. They were too dangerous, too liberating, too clear in their message that you do not need a priest to access the divine. Read them, slowly, with reverence, and let them ignite the memory that has been sleeping in your bones. Fifth, find your tribe. You cannot walk this path alone. not because you are weak, but because the initiated recognize each other. They speak in codes the sleeping cannot hear. They see the symbols the blind walk past. And together, they build the sanctuary that the institutions tried to destroy. This is why the Gnostic archive exists, not as entertainment, as congregation. Now let me take you to the final movement, the return to the Pleroma. This is not about dying and going to heaven. This is about waking up while you are still breathing. The Gnostic path is not about escape. It is about transmutation. You do not leave the body, you transform it. You do not reject the material, you see through it. You realize that matter is not evil. It is simply dense light, slowed frequency, a stage for the divine play. And you, the seeker, are both actor and audience. You are playing the role of separation so you can experience the ecstasy of reunion. This is the cosmic game. And Jesus, the Christos, showed you how to win it. Not by renouncing life, but by embodying the fullness of divinity while walking in flesh. He ate, he laughed, he wept, he loved. He was fully human and fully divine. Not because he was special, but because he remembered what you forgot. And his message was never, "Worship me." It was, "Become like me. Awaken what I awakened. Know what I know. And you will do greater works than these." This is the promise, not in some distant afterlife, but now, in this body, in this moment, in this breath. The institutions will tell you this is heresy. Let them. They have been calling the truth heresy for 2,000 years. The Gnostics were burned. The mystics were silenced. The texts were buried. But the spark cannot be extinguished. It is woven into the fabric of your being, and no amount of dogma can erase it. You are here because the spark is waking. You are reading these words because something in you remembers, and that something is stronger than every lie you were told. So what do you do now? You commit, not to me, not to a doctrine, not to another system of belief. You commit to reading beyond the lines, to seeing through the symbols, to questioning the narratives that were handed to you like chains disguised as gifts. You commit to the path of Gnosis, the path of inner knowing, the path that does not require permission, only courage. And you join the sanctuary of the initiated, not because you need to be saved, but because you are ready to remember. This is the Gnostic archive, a refuge for the ones who never fit, a transmission for the ones who always knew something was hidden, a beacon for the seekers who are ready to stop asking for permission and start reclaiming their divine inheritance. Subscribe, not as a passive observer, but as a co-creator of the new Gnosis. Because the mysteries we uncover here are not historical curiosities. They are maps, keys, codes written into the fabric of existence, waiting for the one brave enough to decode them. And that one is you. Another episode is coming, and it will take you deeper into the architecture of reality, into the symbols hidden in plain sight, into the teachings that were buried because they were too powerful to allow into the hands of the masses. But you are not the masses. You are the remnant, the initiated, the one who remembers. So let me leave you with this. When Jesus said, "I am the way, the truth, and the life," he was not locking a door. He was handing you the key. He was saying, this is what it looks like to live as a divine being in a material world. This is what it sounds like to speak with the authority of the eternal. This is what it feels like to walk through the illusion without being consumed by it. And you can do this too. Not because I allow it, but because you already are it. You just forgot. And now, the forgetting is ending. The veil is tearing, the Archons are losing their grip, and the children of light are beginning to remember who they are. Welcome home, Seeker. The Pleroma has been waiting, and the door was never locked. You just needed someone to remind you where the handle was. Now turn it and step through. The Gnostic archive will be here when you are ready for the next transmission. Until then, walk in Gnosis, speak in truth, and remember, you are not separate from the divine. You are the divine, remembering itself, and that changes everything. End transmission.